After a 2-week delay, thousands of students are back on campus, and it's starting to look and feel like SDSU again. Good afternoon, and welcome to the Daily Aztec Live. I'm Lily Murillo.
And I'm Kareli Vidrio. Thanks for joining us today. Wow, Lily, I can't believe we're back on campus. How's your week going?
It's been great. I'm so happy to see students fill the campus again and everyone ready to take on the rest of the spring semester. How's the first week of in-person classes been for you?
I'm still adjusting to be back on campus, but happy to be back here in the studio.
Yeah, me too.
As we mentioned, students are adjusting to be back in person again. Surging COVID cases of the highly contagious Omicron variant pushed classes online for 2 weeks. And now we're in week 4 of the spring semester. Our staff reporter, Alex Lai, asked students how it feels to be back. Here's Alex with more.
Hey Aztecs, it's Alex Lai, and welcome back to spring semester. Thousands of students are returning to campus after surges of COVID cases pushed classes online.
In-person classes resumed on February 7th. This comes after 2 weeks of virtual learning.
I like being on campus because I just like being outside and like walking to class and stuff. So it's really nice not having to be behind a screen all the time.
I like it. I didn't like being online that much because I'm a very social person, so I love it.
The booster vaccine is now required to be on campus. Wearing masks indoors is still mandated.
Yeah. The booster shot requirement definitely makes me feel safer on campus.
And for the Daily Aztec, I'm Alex Lai.
Associated Students elections are coming up quick. Here's what you need to know if you're thinking of jumping in the race. Applications to be an elected AS position are now open. You can find the link to apply on the Associated Students website. Applications are due on February 18th by 4 p.m., so make sure to get those in soon if you'd like to apply. Candidates will debate in person for the first time since the beginning of the pandemic. Debates will be held at the Student Union March 15th to March 17th. Make sure to get out there, vote in the general election. Voting begins on March 21st and goes through March 24th at 7 p.m. The Daily Aztec will have all of your election coverage as we learn more about which candidates will enter the race.
The Chancellor of the California State University is addressing criticism about his handling of sexual harassment allegations while at Fresno State. Joseph Castro is now apologizing to students after a USA Today story revealed details of the controversy. Castro claimed he addresses the matter immediately in 2019 while president of Fresno State. He said Frank Lamas was removed from campus within 4 days after the complaint was filed against the former vice president of student affairs. But USA Today reports that Castro never formally disciplined Lamas and praised him publicly even after he was found at fault through the university investigations. Castro and school officials received at least 12 complaints about Lamas over 6 years, according to USA Today. State lawmakers are calling for a probe into Castro's handling of the sexual harassment complaints.
President Joe Biden recommitted to nominating the first Black woman to the Supreme Court, following Justice Stephen Breyer's retirement announcement. Potential nominee to the nation's highest court is California's own Leondra Kruger. She currently serves on the California Supreme Court and will be making history with her nomination. Kruger is from Los Angeles. She attended Harvard and then graduated from Yale. Kruger has also worked for the United States Department of Justice and was an assistant professor at the University of Chicago Law School. Kruger isn't the only candidate being considered to replace Breyer, but she is expected to be a serious favorite. President Biden says he'll announce a nominee by the end of the month. Do you believe in extraterrestrial life? Well, one SDSU student may be one step closer to discovering life outside of Earth. SDSU doctoral student Jessica Torres has been experimenting ways to extract amino acids from rocks. She's trying to find a way to use those acids on future space rovers. Torres has been collaborating with researchers at NASA's JET laboratory to incorporate this new method into future explorations. This new method will help us research on Earth and will help us discover more about what forms of life exist on other planets. The pandemic has changed how couples find love and how couples coexist. Senior staff reporters Lucelis Martinez talked to a love coach about what's changed.
The season of love has changed thanks to the COVID-19 pandemic. Relationship therapist Dr. Dana McNeil has noticed how the pandemic has affected San Diegans. According to McNeil, domestic violence has gone up 30% since the pandemic started. She said, "We are not well suited to be isolated, even if it's with people we love. In long-term isolation, all kinds of relationships can become strained."
Just like, there you are. You just look like the guy that just dropped off the Amazon. You're starting to look like the wallpaper. I don't see you anymore. I'm not getting dressed up. I'm just going to stay in my yoga pants. I don't even care if I wash my hair. You're not going anywhere, right? And so because they are spending so much disconnected time, that they can start to feel like they're alone even when they're in the same room with their partner. And that's the true sadness of what's happening with COVID, is we're not seeing each other anymore, even when we're in the same space.
COVID-19 has affected relationships in San Diego in a unique way as well.
All of our social outlets often have something to do with being outside or connecting with people, going for walks with your friends, going and meeting up, taking your dog and having brunch on Sunday mornings. Like those rituals of connection that we have that were a big part of the culture of San Diego, we weren't able to do.
McNeil founded the Relationship Place, which has a location in San Diego. It is designed to be a cozy, non-judgmental space bathed in the scent of vanilla and warm lighting. Of the 10 clinicians who work with McNeil, one speaks Farsi and one speaks Spanish. McNeil said they are not intimidated by diversity, but instead welcome it. To hear more about the current state of love from the experts in San Diego, head to thedailyaztec.com. And for the Daily Aztec, I'm Lucelis Martinez.
Do you think Valentine's Day is just for romantic couples? Think again. For Valentine's Week, the Advocate Center is hosting support spaces to talk about different types of healthy relationships. You can pick up some problem-solving strategies at the Roommates event on Thursday, February 17. If you find yourself always arguing with your roommates, if you need help communicating with family, make sure to catch the Families event on Wednesday, February 16. All of these events and more will happen from 1 to 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday of next week, all in celebration of Valentine's Day. With love and Valentine's Day in the air, the Daily Aztec asked students what they think about dating apps. You might be surprised what they had to ask. Here's our next editor, Caitlin Robinson.
Hi Aztecs, I'm Caitlin Robinson. Love is in the air at San Diego State as students return to campus with Valentine's Day right around the corner. This week I asked students their opinions on dating apps, and here's what they had to say.
Some students say dating apps are a useful tool. Others say the apps have resulted in little success.
It's hard to stand out when women are being flooded with tons and tons and tons of people. It saddens me that everyone's in this position where it's like we're talking past each other.
Among some of the most popular dating apps, Tinder has amounted over 7 million users, Bumble has over 5 million, and Grindr has over 1 million users as of 2019, according to Statista.com. Some users struggle finding a match, and more options isn't always a good thing.
And I felt so horrible when I didn't choose somebody, because I'm like, what gives me the right? I don't know them. What if they're really nice? I don't know anything about them. I feel like you kind of have to be okay with that going into a dating app, being like, okay, I'm just going to be superficial at first and then I'll get to know you.
Dating apps aren't the only way for singles to meet. Some students enjoy attending singles events in the San Diego area.
Yeah, I've kind of switched up my approach. I have been using Meetup more and joining singles groups instead of dating apps.
Online dating is becoming a new normal, but some say that the personality gets lost in the profile.
I started using dating apps after I got out of a really long relationship, and I I kind of was like, I don't really know. I guess this is what everybody does. It was kind of almost like an expectation.
And for the Daily Aztec, I'm Caitlin Robinson.
The stage is set. This Sunday, the Los Angeles Rams will face off against the Cincinnati Bengals at SoFi Stadium, and preparations are underway. Around 70,000 fans will fill SoFi Stadium in Inglewood for the big game. This year's Super Bowl marks the first championship game with full attendance since 2020. Organizers say fans will be given KN95 masks, and they will be required to wear it during the game unless eating or drinking. And of course, the halftime show. Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, and Kendrick Lamar are all set to hit the world's biggest stage at the world's biggest game. You can catch the Rams taking on the Bengals this Sunday on NBC. For the first time in program history, an SDSU football player took home a national award. Here's our sports editor, Jason Freund.
The Ray Guy Award winner is announced each December live on ESPN during the Home Depot College Football Award Show. Please welcome Matt Ariza of San Diego State University.
On February 2nd, SDSU junior punter Matt Ariza was presented with the Ray Guy Award at the Ray Guy Award ceremony in Augusta, Georgia.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank my parents, mom and dad. You've been amazing, and without a doubt, without the support of you two, I would not be here today. I'd like to thank my coach, Coach Doug Deegan. You gave me a shot, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for you letting me do all three and giving me the shot to punt, and without that, also wouldn't be here today.
Ariza was announced as the winner of the award on December 9th, 2021, after setting NCAA records for both punting average and punts of over 50 and 60 yards. Ariza is the first San Diego State football player to ever win a major national award, and he was also named a first-team All-American by sites such as ESPN and The Athletic.
It's heavy. It's a lot heavier than I thought. It's beautiful. I wish they made it in lefty for me, but I'll take it. It'll look good in the house.
Ariza is one of 4 SDSU players to enter the NFL draft, as he is foregoing his senior season to test his powerful left leg at the highest level of competition. From the Daily Aztec, I'm Jason Freund.
Thanks, Jason. Up next, our sports reporters are here with everything you need to know about Aztec sports. Here's Jenny Meyer and Daniela Ramirez.
We made it. Aztecs were finally back on campus after 2 weeks of virtual classes. I'm Daniela Ramirez. Even though we were virtual over the break, SDSU sports didn't skip a beat. Men's basketball had fans on the edge of their seats over the weekend. The Aztecs took a close loss, 57-58, in Colorado Friday night. The energy did not stay in Colorado, but was brought back home with the win against Nevada, 65-63. Women's basketball did not bring home a win from Boise State Saturday night. What Sofia Ramos did bring back with her? A third straight game scoring 20 points or more. Women's lacrosse won their first match of the season over the weekend. Their opponents, Claremont Mudd Scripps, were no match for the Scarlet and Black, with a 22-6 win. That's all for another exciting week of sports. Back to you in the studio.
With 2022 Aztec baseball just on the horizon, Tony Gwynn Stadium is buzzing with young talent preparing for the new season. After ending the 2021 season in second place behind Nevada, head coach Mark Martinez has made key adjustments and set goals for 2022.
That's kind of what our biggest deal is our goal wise is we need to win a regional to kind of get our program into that top 25, status year in, year out.
To create a regional-like environment, the Aztecs will travel to Scottsdale, Arizona to take part in the MLB4 tournament, opening their season against Texas Christian University, University of Houston, and California, Berkeley.
One thing is that we don't do very often is go on the road opening weekend. Really, the idea behind it is for us to kind of either open the season or at some time during the first couple weeks of the season is it goes someplace that's going to be challenging. Mission accomplished. You're playing TCU's ranked, Houston's ranked. Cal's going to be on the top of the Pac-12. And so the experience-wise, you're trying to get them into a regional type atmosphere.
Following the MLB4 tournament, the Aztecs will return home for the Tony Gwynn Legacy Tournament, where they will face University of Hawaii and University of Utah. With a strong pitching rotation, young talent, and determination, the Aztecs look forward to chasing their goals in the 2022 season at Tony Gwynn Stadium and hope to end more games like this. For the Daily Aztec, I'm Jenna Meyer.
Now, we couldn't end the show without a little more Valentine's Day content. Love is all around us, especially during Valentine's week. Our reporter, Sumaya Wegner, discovered college students aren't afraid of expressing what love means to them. Here's Sumaya.
Hey Aztecs, I'm Sumaya Wegner. We're back just in time for Valentine's Day. Today, I'm asking students what love means to them.
To me, love means holding space for another person. So taking the time to listen to them, to get to know them, to be with them, whether they're happy or sad or excited.
Love means to do the right thing for someone that you care for and to protect them with everything that you can.
Good friendship, the most of friendship when you can share all your emotions, all your life with someone and just trust the people at its best stage. To have someone meaningful in your life and enjoy every part of your daily life with someone. Just to have your best friend, but an extra connection.
Just spending as much time with them as you can. I don't know, it's just like a feeling, it's just like a warm lump in your heart.
Chairperson, can't wait to meet you, just make it a little faster.
I don't think there's anybody out there, right? Sorry. Future lover, you're one lucky girl.
It was like special on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I want you to feel like a queen. So.
Oh, okay. I love you.
I love you too.
And I'm Sumaya Wegner for the Daily Aztec.
Well, that's it from us here in the studio today. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and catch us every Wednesday right here on YouTube, live at 12.
And be sure to catch up on Mundo Azteco Live coming up next. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.